today's Radiance Report. We've got an Austin-based brand that uses natural ingredients for all sorts of wonderful products, and we are learning more today with Raina Rose, who is doing ancient remedies for present bodies. She calls herself Head Witch, which I really like, of Folk Potions, and she's here to tell us more about her business. So Raina, good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Lovely to have you. Talk to us about Folk Potions and how you got started.
Yeah, well, I have always been interested in plants. I think plants are amazing. They can do so much for us.
You were able to actually identify plants as you were walking through this station today.
Yes, I love knowing their names. Like, I just think it turns them into friends. Like, our plants are a part of our world, and they can become our friends if we know their names. So it's so important to me to like know all the names of all the plants that are that grow around us in our homes and everything. So I started practicing herbalism when I was a kid. Like, I was out in the backyard making potions out of berries and twigs and mud, and you know, like a very dirty child outside. Yeah, it was great. I loved doing that. So when I grew up, it was kind of a natural progression to want to employ plants to make healing salves and oils and stuff like that. I've always found that fascinating.
And so this is where we've landed, is natural ingredients. This is one of those days where it's not smell-o-vision, guys, but I can promise you it smells wonderful in the studio today. It smells so uplifting.
Yeah.
And how long have you had Folk Potions now?
It's been almost 10 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. It's wild to think it's been that long, but it was...
It's literally wild.
It's yes, correct. It was 2016 in the fall that I started doing this. I had been a touring folk singer for about a decade, and then I had kids, and it was really hard to go on the road and come back and be a mom. So I went on this tour. It was kind of a disaster, and I came home and I was like, I have to change my life. I have to change my career path. And so I was like, oh, I love to do this. And I had kind of forgotten, and then it all came flooding back. And I started making salves and soaps and body butters and all sorts of things. So it was like a natural progression for me.
I love that. And what is your philosophy on beauty? I can tell that there's like really a touch of nature happening here.
Totally. Well, Folk Potions is anti-aging. So that means that we want to support people in the bodies that they are currently in and not make them feel like they need to aspire to some unattainable perfection or some, youth that we can't attain anymore. Like, we want people to feel good in the skin they're in. So we make oils, face oils, and all sorts of things to help us feel confident in our skin as it is currently.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you've brought an example for us today. Yeah. It's your magic face potion.
We're going to make our magic face oil, yes. Yeah. And these are the plants that go in it.
Oh,
Do you want to help me?
Yeah, there are so many plants. It's super cool, I think.
They're all flowers.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing to me that flowers can help our skin be its most radiant and healthy.
Well, you are radiant. So if you're using your own products, I am looking into this.
This is all I've used for the last 10 years since I started making it, is our magic face oil.
Incredible.
So this is yarrow. Oops, sorry. And then we just dump it in. The yarrow goes in the jar, and that one's chamomile. That one smells so good.
I have to
give it a sniff.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Well, obviously it smells like it could be a tea, because it could.
It could be a tea. Oh my gosh, I used to drink tea at this. I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and I used to drink chamomile tea at this tea house when I was like a teenager. And every time, it's so good.
It brings that smell back. Yeah, yes. Lavender. And do you use English or French? I know that there's a difference between the two. For products, I think usually French is the one used.
I think this is French. They're all organic. That's the thing that's most important to us, is that we source our herbs all organic.
And this was dandelion that I just put in.
Yeah, we call it a weed, but it's actually really good for our skin.
And then
that one is plantain.
Plantain.
Also a weed, but super healing, really great for anti-inflammatory. This one is my favorite. This is calendula, and it's this gorgeous orange color.
And that's what you've got like in this jar over here happening.
Yes, this is just calendula and olive oil to kind of show people what this looks like.
It's incredible how much nature can help you. Okay, so what's the oil that we put in?
This is a special mixture. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is.
Okay, that's fair.
But it's olive oil, apricot seed oil, castor oil. It's a bunch of different kinds of oils.
Castor oil is supposed to be so good for lengthening lashes and for eyebrows.
It's such a cool oil. It's super viscous, like it's really thick. So yeah, we just pour the oil in there.
And about how long
nice.
does everything take to, I'm going to use the word ferment together?
It's it macerates is actually the word. Isn't
Macerates,
that cool?
yeah.
It sits for at least 6 weeks, but a lot of time we let it sit for longer. And then you shake it. You shake the jars every day. Oh, my husband tightened this one. It's too tight. Oh, I got it.
There you go. You got it. We can do things without men.
That's true.
Here we go.
There we go.
Got
you want to pour it?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, we let those sit for about 6 weeks, and then we filter them out in what is basically like a giant apple cider press. Mm-hmm. We dump all the herbs into there with like a bag that's really fine mesh, and then we press it. We like crank this big machine and press it so all the oil comes out, and then we add therapeutic grade essential oils and a couple other fancy oils that are really nice for our skin.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And just talk to me about maybe 2 or 3 of your other big sellers that you've got here on the table.
Sure. Our deodorant is really popular.
Oh, you've got it in like a salve kind of shape.
Yeah, it's like that. And see, it's important that we actually know our armpits. That sounds a little weird, but when you are aware of what's going on in there, then you're less surprised if there's a problem. So I always encourage women especially to make sure that they apply their deodorant with their fingers so then they know how they're feeling.
You're saying checking for lumps.
Yes,
in
exactly.
the nicest way possible.
Yes,
but
yeah.
Very smart.
Correct.
And one more?
Yes, this is our lavender salve made with Hill Country lavender, which is from Llano.
Oh,
Or Blanco. No, they're in Blanco. I'm sorry.
well, that's okay. You're still going local, still
Yes.
Central Texas.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
that's
Central
wonderful.
Texas lavender.
And got a lot of really fun things here. I loved making this oil with you
Yeah,
together.
me
And
too.
so natural, all of this stuff.
That's all it
Okay,
is.
we're going to let it macerate now. And we'll have to leave
correct.
it there, Raina. Thank you so
Yes.
much for your time.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it. Guys, you can shop online now at folkpotions.com. Check this out. Enter this coupon code Studio512 to get 10% off. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Radiant Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Trevor Air and mascot John are here with Radiant Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical with information for homeowners on drains and how to keep things running smoothly at home. So Trevor, my first question for you is, why is it important for homeowners to stay ahead of something like drain issues?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, most drain issues don't happen overnight. It's a slow, gradual buildup. There's normally warning signs before it becomes a bigger issue. So things that we always tell customers to pay attention to are slow drains, weird sewer smells, very egg pungent and kind of rotten smelling there, gurgling in the toilet when you run the shower and try and drain that. So all those are big warning signs that there could be a bigger issue ready to rear its ugly head. So you want to definitely stay on top of that.
Something like sounds is not something that I would think would be an indicator of an issue, but it's really
No.
good that you pointed out. What are some common things that would cause drain clogs in homes?
So, you know, in kitchens, which is our most used sink there, grease, coffee grounds, food scraps, eggshells especially, and then just starches too. If we're dumping bread down the garbage disposal, we think that's a catch-all, and it will slowly build up inside the pipes and eventually cause a full backup where you can't use your sink at all.
Wow. Well, when I think about drain clogs as well, I think about shower and how I lose hair every single time
Yes.
I take a shower.
Yeah, absolutely. So bathroom ones, hair is the most common one there. We're also in Central Texas, so our AC actually drains underneath our bathroom sinks. So if you ever see that black hose in there, that's the condensate line coming from your furnace upstairs in the attic, which is the most common place for those. And so that just builds up over time, so you can't flush anything down your sink. And then it also causes HVAC issues as well, where AC won't cool. So that's a super big thing.
Talk to me about what a call to Radiant looks like. What happens when you guys come out?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we send out one of our licensed drain technicians. They're going to come out. They're going to assess the entire drain system. Even if you just call us out for a kitchen sink, we're going to check the rest of the drains, make sure it's not a bigger problem. Drains are kind of like a tree. You've got one big line, that's your trunk, and then all your bathrooms, kitchen fixtures are branch lines. So we want to make sure that that branch line isn't affecting something in the trunk there. We're open nights, weekends, and holidays, no additional charge, because we know when drain problems happen, it's not convenient. So we want to get out to you as soon as possible. So we always offer same-day service.
That is really nice of you. Okay, Trevor, we appreciate your time. John, you were lovely. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Visit Radiant.com to schedule today, and remember, just call Radiant. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Radiant Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Prime Day delivers savings for every budget with prices too good to pass up. And the Best Reviews team is zeroing in on Prime Day deals to improve life around the house, boost your health, and make summer pool days unforgettable. Ashley Howard is standing by with the best products at the best prices in this week's epic discounts from consumer resource bestreviews.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Epic Discounts by bestreviews.com. I'm Ashley Howard. Scan the QR code on your screen to get ready to save big because Prime Day is here, and we are talking big deals on products for your home, health, and pool. So let's get to it. First up, I know you do not want to spend your summer days cleaning floors, so let the Dreamy L40 Ultra Gen 2 robotic vacuum and mop do the job for you. It has an extendable side brush and mop to reach tight corners and suck up debris from the tightest spaces. When it's done, it goes right back to its fully automated dock, which washes the mops and empties the dustbin all on its own. All right, let's move to the next Amazon Prime Day deal in health and wellness. Whether you're just getting started or you already have a routine, meet the Murray Vibration Plate. Just a few minutes a day on the plate helps activate your muscles and support circulation with minimal effort and setup. Whether you're standing, stretching, or recovering after a workout, the Murray is going to make you feel good. Now, if you have a pool, you know how much work it takes to keep it clean, and we already decided we are not spending our summer days like that, so Aiper is changing the game with two incredible robotic pool cleaners that deliver 360-degree pool coverage and 24/7 expert-level cleaning. The Aiper Scuba V3 runs on cognitive AI Navium mode, which creates automatic weekly cleaning plans based on your pool's size, its cleaning history, and even the weather. The second part, which is the Eco Surfer S2, floats on the surface and features solar-seeking technology. When the battery gets low, it automatically seeks out sunlight to recharge. And lastly, now that your pool is spotless, jump in and take a lap with the iGarden Portable Swim Jet. It mimics open water conditions for swim training, and it can also turn your pool into a home water park and spa massage. The best part, you can control it all from your mobile device. Takes 1 minute to set up and works with both in-ground and above-ground pools. Remember, Prime Day runs from June 23rd to June 26th. All right, let's take one last look at today's products, helping you save money. Head to epicdiscounts.com or scan the QR code to scan, shop, and save with Epic Discounts by Best Reviews.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products mentioned and where to buy them by going to our website, kxan.com, and clicking on the Marketplace tab. Peace Park Conservancy is presenting its annual Pride Picnic this coming weekend, June 27th. Chelsea Biggerstaff with Future Front Texas and vendor Randy Simone from Howdy Hotties are here to tell us more about it. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm glad you're both here. Not only do we have kind of the backbone, the people who were part of the presenting, setup of the entire event, but to get to hear from a little bit of like a vendor, somebody who's going to be there presenting at the event. I think I'm super excited about this. So Chelsea, first off, let's talk about Pride Picnic, not your first rodeo. Tell me a little bit about what to expect.
Yeah, what makes Pride Picnic so unique and special is the partnership between Future Front Texas and Peace Park. So I'm here representing Future Front Texas. We're a local arts and culture nonprofit. all about putting women and LGBTQ creatives at the front of our lineup. So we host markets, festivals, residencies, all sorts of amazing programming around that mission. And so we have connected with Pease Park, this beautiful green space, our first public park in Austin, to create this amazing event to celebrate Pride, to highlight our local artists. We're going to have workshops for people of all ages to participate in. We're gonna have music, we're gonna have food trucks, so it's just gonna be a great day on Saturday at Pease.
It's a lot of fun, and not always everything that happens at Pease Park is family friendly. I'm thinking of yours birthday. But I saw, for example, in past pictures, a lot of kiddos around. So is it a family friendly event?
Yes, yes, please bring out the kids. We have a lot of amazing workshops where kids can get their hands into clay. They can join the amazing Randy here to practice mindfulness and color. We'll have keychain making. We'll have sun prints. They can get in the splash pad, you know, the tree house.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, Randy, I'm coming to you. You said your background's actually in fashion of all things.
Yes,
Talk to me about how you got your business started.
Yeah, so I did originally study fashion, and from there I just got creative. I got my hands on an iPad about 3 years ago, and with too much time and a little bit of creativity, you'll be surprised what you can come up with. So since then I've been running my brick and mortar for about 2 years on the east side of Austin.
Well, congratulations. Talk to me about what it is you offer.
Yeah, so I make coloring books for adults covering a wide variety of topics like mental health, grief, and self-expression. I also make some clothing meant to give back to a couple just different nonprofits here in Austin. Most importantly, Future Front is who I work with most of the time.
Yeah, so you still get to have that little bit of that fashion bug.
Exactly,
Which
yeah.
is good news.
For sure.
All right, the fact that we're doing adult coloring books, but I know we've got children's coloring
Absolutely.
for this upcoming weekend. Talk to me about why you wanted to tackle like that sector, because I know it can be like a real stress reliever for people, but it sounds like you're really tackling mental health issues with what you're presenting.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it just really comes down to what I'm trying to promote and bring awareness to. I think that creativity is one of the most accessible forms of community. We come from different backgrounds, we have different lived experiences, abilities, and even communicate in different ways, but art gives us a shared common language. One thing I've learned through Howdy Hotties is just the impact of connection. Someone can walk into a workshop just wanting to color, but they leave having met someone new, supported a local artist, or simply felt less alone. I think that's the importance of spaces like Future Front. They give us the opportunity to come together, celebrate our differences, and discover what we still have in common.
That's amazing. So you do workshops, and then I'm guessing people can purchase your booklets as is?
Yeah, so I have coloring books for sale, art prints for sale, different gadgets and gadgets, different gifts, located on the east side of Austin.
So cool. And for this weekend, talk to me about what you're going to be offering, including for the kiddos.
Yeah, so it is an all ages coloring workshop this weekend. So I will have some sheets straight from the coloring books I have already designed. All of them will be acceptable for anyone who wants to sit down of any age, just kind of take their mind off of what they may be going through, connect with someone new, and just try something new for the first time.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one here, my LBTs.
Yes.
Now I know my LBTs. So is this kind of like an LGBTQIA plus like centered coloring book?
Yeah, it's definitely a coloring book to celebrate Pride. It just kind of gives you an opportunity to just explore different ways to be an ally if you may not be in the LGBTQ plus community. It also just gives you an opportunity to just show a little bit of pride in how you may represent and identify, and just come together.
And how important is it to you that you have a platform through something like Future Front Texas to be able to, give back to the community?
I think it's priceless. I think what Future Front does and how they amplify not only small businesses, but specifically this June, LGBT plus voices. I think it really just gives us representation in the city, a way to come together and unite, just kind of, like I was mentioning earlier, celebrate what makes us different, but also taking the opportunity to discover, although we do have so many differences, what is it that we may have in common?
I like that, and we'll have to leave it there, but it's so cool what you guys are putting on together, and congratulations on everything. I hope this weekend goes off without a hitch, y'all. Okay, come on and join in on the fun this weekend. Learn more at futurefronttexas.org, and you can shop online, see designs now at howdyhotties.com.
The highly anticipated third season of HBO Max's House of the Dragon is here, and while in Austin, we caught up with one of the stars of the show. Take a look. Joining me now is Abubakar Salim from House of the Dragon ahead of its third season premiere. Abu, welcome to Austin. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
I am thrilled that you're here. We had the panel last night. How did it feel to be here in Austin and just kind of get the crowd love and crowd reaction to what's coming?
It was amazing. I think you're so easy to forget how much love there is for this show, and how much love there is for the cast and the people, and to kind of be reminded by that it's so wonderful. It's such a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, you know, Game of Thrones and House of Dragon are just such big hits TV wise, right? And I think in a lot of ways it's almost developed as its kind of own pop culture phenomenon in a lot of ways. So why did you want to be a part of this show? And did you feel that there was any pressure associated joining because of the fandom and popularity?
Yeah, I think the good thing about specifically like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, that whole universe, is that they're very good at kind of telling these incredibly human themes that are so relatable to like today, but then they kind of throw a dragon in the mix of it, which kind of makes it feel fantastical.
Sure.
It's such a great like vehicle for telling these really very family dramas, but like at the same time still keep you in the fantastical world of dragons and queens and kings and families. It's great. It's such a great world to be in.
Yeah, to kind of extend upon that for a second, you know, the show is full of so many intense moments, so much high action kind of thriller, if you will, in a sense, and also a lot of really complicated family dynamics. So how did you prep going into season 2, and did that prep change at all for season 3?
Yeah, so I read Fire and Blood. I read the books, or the book, just to kind of get myself accustomed and adjusted to essentially what it is. And I don't know if you've read the book or seen it. It kind of reads a bit like a wiki sort of way. It's like different, you know, it's like historical accounts of what, you know, of the world of Westeros and, you know, that sort of stuff. And it was really interesting to sort of get a gauge of like, okay, this is the world that I'm jumping into. But then really, I mean, and this is testament to the writers and to the crew as well. Like a lot of the time you don't really have to prep much. You just have to trust the writing and the world that you're going to be jumping into, rather than, because I think sometimes you can come too prepared and too stuck in your own way, and you're not then able to play and kind of, you know, feel the vibe of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't really much prep after just reading and getting a gauge of what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And you already knew the world. It's like you're just coming back into it and just elevating what's happening, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so, you know, there's such an abundance of excitement around this next season. And so I'm curious, you know, do you get those same kind of nervous or anxious feelings when reading the script as fans do, waiting to see what's going to happen? And then what's kind of the headspace of like what is going to happen with your character and the storylines within the show?
Yeah, I mean, it's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea what, I mean, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon has such a reputation of anyone can die.
Right, yeah.
It's like, it's so unpredictable. And, you know, I think that you're always carrying that energy, which is why I think it's so electric, because you don't know what the next script or the next scene is going to be.
Sure.
And so, yeah, for me, it was, there is always this nervousness of when we get the next script, what's happening, who's dying, who's surviving, who's new. Like, I think like there is, it keeps it as exciting for us as it does for audiences as well.
Yeah, which I think is really cool. And something I was talking to you about before we did this is that your cast dynamic is really cool and it seems really fun. And that was really noticeable at the event last night. And so I'm curious for you, one, what's your favorite on-set memory? And two, what's it been like for you working with this cast?
Oh man, favorite on-set memory. I think my favorite on-set memory probably has to be well, I mean, there's one of this season, obviously, which is the Battle of the Gullet, the whole massive ship battles that's happening. That's going to be incredible. But I'd say, like, when you asked me that, the first thing that came to mind was when I was working with Clinton, who plays my brother Adam in the show, and we both were like kind of in awe of the scale of what this show is. And I know that there was a few good takes on the first day, because I think my first day was with him, a few good takes where we both just couldn't do our lines or like perform properly because we were just like, oh my God.
Geeking out, totally, yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Losing our minds, like we were there, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say like that was probably a big one.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it just shows like how real it still is for you all, right?
Yeah.
Like you're obviously actors in this show, but getting to experience it in real time is a whole other
It's a
experience,
whole
I'm sure.
different thing. Whole different thing, man.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about your character and your storyline is this very complicated relationship with your father, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, what was it like building that on-screen dynamic with Steve? And then how do you hope the audiences are impacted by the father-son journey that your characters go through in the show?
Steve is such a good and great actor that it's almost like you can go really far with this guy and just play with him and like you have fun with him because he's such a lovely man and such a brilliant human being. And so when it came to building that relationship with him and kind of working out the dynamics between us, it just felt really easy. Like, you know, we would talk about it sometimes, or we would just be like, look, let's just trust the words and see what happens there. We play on the day. Like it was really, really cool. And again, like I'm quite lucky because I was able to see him obviously in season 1, learn from him from season 1, kind of learn mannerisms, elements and takes, and then try and apply that as well to Alan, even though he isn't necessarily connected to Callers.
Yeah.
I think it is quite lovely to have characteristics and elements that feel, you know, like, oh yeah, he's obviously the son of this guy. So like a lot of that was you know, down to, again, just playing with Steve and just being with him, because he's such a cool guy. And as we were saying, like, he's funny.
He's so
funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny. So yeah, it's just, he's so, I really enjoy, you know, and I'm so lucky, like most of my scenes are with him. So I get to really learn from him and kind of, and take in just his craft and work from that, you know?
Yeah, I think that's really good. And I think it's cool that you're able to have such a strong on-screen dynamic because of the off-screen dynamic that you built as well, which I think is really special. What about the show surprised you after joining season 2?
Oh, I definitely the scale. I think the scale of this show is something I've never seen before. Again, like normally with TV, you're very used to filming scenes, like several scenes a day, right? I think with this, you end up filming like 1 or 2 a day, because they care so much about the detail and the care for the scene, and really bringing in this almost like filmic artistry to it. It was such a surprise, because again, I am very used to learning lines, do the scene, you'd have 2 or 3 setups and then you move on. Whereas with Dragons, you have, like, you know, you could spend a whole day on just one scene, and they've got all different angles. You are playing with it as well. There isn't any sense of restriction. It's very freeing in that regard, and that's what's really surprised me. And also, you know, how just wonderful everyone is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so rare, and I think Steve even said this yesterday. It's so rare to be on a set or on a job where you are lucky to be working with everyone who is really lovely and really cares. There's always like 1 or 2 bad eggs, but like this gig, man, it's like everyone is having a good time.
Yeah.
Everyone's enjoying, you know, and I think like it's so lovely to be around.
Yeah, I think like one of the most interesting things about this show is how many elements are at play, right? Like there are so many things you guys are working with. They were talking about at the event how there's so many like elements, like the fire explosions and the like real life boat mock-ups that you're on, and just all these crazy things. What is that like to be a part of that element of the show, of just so many things happening and knowing kind of, you know, the gravitas of what they're trying to achieve?
Yeah, it's weirdly freeing. It's weirdly freeing because you realize as well that you are just this small cog in this massive machine. So you know, all you have to do is just do your part.
Yeah.
Which is like such a wonderful feeling, knowing again, like, and again, this is a show where you're following all these different POVs. Ryan was saying it's like 19 POVs, like 19 characters that you are following or taking. You know, there are scenes that are specifically looking at their point of views, and like it isn't just on one person's shoulders or two people's shoulders. It's actually on everyone to kind of share this responsibility. It's an ensemble, and I think like that has been really like lovely because there isn't that extra added pressure of trying to do the you know, the best you can. You want to do the best you can,
right?
You know, and that's very different. Like the energy just comes from a different place. You end up enjoying it and really trying to, you know, striving to do that rather than necessarily feeling like you have to, you know.
Yeah, I feel it's just a natural kind of. You're all just on the same page, I guess.
We're
is
all
what
on
I'm
the
trying
same
to get
page.
at.
We're all on the same page. We're all, you know, wanting to sing from the same hymn sheet.
Yeah.
If one person's having an off day, it's okay.
Yeah.
The other person's there to kind of pick you up. Like there is no pressure of having to carry the responsibility of everything. And it's because everyone cares of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, as I say, like it's such a rare thing to have on a show like this.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, I would say, for sure. So obviously, as I've said and as we've teased, there's just so much hype around this new season. People cannot wait to see. People want to see this battle. People want to see where we left off in season 2, where we pick up in season 3. How excited are you for the world to see and experience this third season?
Oh, it's a mixture of excitement and I'm just terrified, nervous, man. Like it's, you know, it's again, like I think, especially with the first episode, like the first episode is such a huge opener. And, you know, I remember filming the sequences on those ships, you know, all the choreography, the training we did for fighting with the gullet. And it is massive and it's huge and you just want to do it justice. And I remember also even reading it in the books and thinking to myself, wow, if they can capture this, like, I don't know if we've ever seen something like this on TV before. But yeah, and they did it, and I'm very proud of the work that everyone has done and what I've done, but I'm also very terrified because it's, you know, it's to the public. The public will decide whether it's good or not, you know.
Yeah, and the public's the scariest of all.
The public are the scariest, honestly. There's a saying that we say, like, when people watch TV or, you know, they're in a cinema or even reading a book, like, the IQ of the audience just jumps because they are so laser focused on one thing. So they'll be able to pick out and see everything. So it's like super laser scrutiny. It's like, gotta look at it, gotta be on top of it.
Yeah, well, and they care so much about your characters and they are so invested in what's happening. So I'm so excited for season 3. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You can watch brand new episodes of House of the Dragon Sundays on HBO Max.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Academy Sports and Outdoors. We only get to have this kind of fun once every 4 years. It's the biggest deal in soccer happening globally, and it's going on this summer. Academy Sports and Outdoors wants to get involved, so Randy Arevalo is here to tell us more. Randy, what is Academy doing to celebrate the global soccer tournament that's going on this summer?
So Academy Sports and Outdoors is bringing the fun to Austin. And this weekend on Saturday, we'll be hosting the Academy's Boots and Boots Soccer Fest, which will happen at our Balcones location, for research from 11 to 2 p.m.
Tell me a little bit more about what's going to be happening this Saturday. Families are invited, right?
Completely. It is a very family-friendly event. So we're going to be having a soccer simulator, music, giveaways, events. We even have Mexico soccer legend Pavel Pardo that will be here to sign autographs and also take pictures with our customers.
Hey, that's really exciting. That's not something you get every day.
No, I think it's going to be super exciting for our customers to see that and also see some of the other things that we're going to be excited to bring to our Austin area.
Well, I'll ask a little bit more about that in a minute, but this is a part of a bigger tour, right? It's finally stopping here in Austin.
Yes, so we were lucky. We're chosen with one of those cities that we get to actually bring in a cool sculpture that's a 6.5-foot boot that will have local artists come in and do his own spin and bring that Austin culture and pride to showcase on that sculpture.
Yeah, okay, so we're talking boots, and we've got to dig into that a little bit. I think when we all hear boots in Texas, we think of a certain shape, a certain size.
And that's what Boots and Boots is all about. It's soccer boots, which it's known for globally. We call them soccer cleats, but we got soccer boots, and then of course our Texas heritage wearing our Western boots. So you'll see that mixture of boots and boots and how we can bring that Texas fun on a global scale.
And so a local artist is going to be here doing an actual boot painting in real time, right?
Correct, yeah. So local artist Jay Mosaics will be here putting his own spin and his own unique perspective on what Boots and Boots means to him.
So cool. Okay, what are the other things that are going to be going on this Saturday?
So we will have that soccer simulator so customers can see what that's like to be playing in those big games. We'll have giveaways, we'll have music, we'll have food. So lots of good things for our customers to come in and experience.
Sounds like a lot of fun. And I want to know why you guys are so invested in helping fans gear up and celebrate what's going on.
I think that's in the heart of what we do, right? Our slogan is have fun out there. And I think that's what soccer really celebrates as well, is how we can bring so many different cultures together, have fun watching these games. So we have all of the great gear to support your favorite team. And if you can't make it into your local Academy store, check us out online at academy.com.
Sounds good to me. We appreciate your time. Thank you, Randy.
Awesome, thank you.
Shop in-store and online at academy.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Academy Sports and Outdoors. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin.